Good afternoon, all. Today we are going to start with democratic politics, chapter number second. That is, what is the name of the chapter? Federalism. Uh, there is a lesson plan on your screen. Which are the things we are going to discuss today? That is there. So, lesson title. That is federalism. It is there. Chapter name. Topic: what is federalism and power sharing? Power sharing already in the first chapter. It is there. Uh, हमने ऊपर
Yes.
first page, name of teacher, my name, grade 10, subject social science, semester 1, unit 2 of democratic politics. Today's date, that is 3rd June 2020. Chapter name federalism. Topic: what is federalism? Power sharing. What are the learning objectives? What will you learn from that? So first one, the learners will be able to understand the concepts of federalism. The first thing, what will you understand? The concept of federalism. Second, students will able to study characteristics of federalism. What are the characteristics of federalism? We will come to know about this in this chapter. Third, students will be able to learn about various aspects of federalism in India. And in India, what are the aspects of federalism? We will come to know about that. So, how many classes will be there? That total 5 classes will be there of this chapter. Online 4 classes and one online class will be there. Just revision and questioning session will be there. Number of assessment taken, that is one. In which form? Mode of assessment in form of quiz, that is MCQs, and very short answer questions from extra marks app or others. Given that differentiations, scaffolding. First is teacher's action. What will be the teacher's action in this? Uh, don't worry, this is the new format which we have to implement, which we have implemented from today onwards. In the morning, it was a meeting in that it is said differentiation for teaching. That is, what we are doing visual and verbal learning. You are seeing the page. Pages are there on the screen. That PDF is open on your mobile screen, and I am explaining that. That is the visual and verbal learning. Then differentiation for assignment. What you have to do, that note down important definitions from PDF, PPT, and online class videos shared with the students after class. If some important definitions are there, if in the chapter, uh, do you remember in last chapter sectors of economy, the differentiation between primary and secondary sector was there, GDP was there, some definitions was there in that video. That afterwards I have told also that when I share the video, you have to note down in your notebook. So that note down important definitions of PDF from PDF, which I have shared, PPT and online class video shared with the students after the class. Differentiation of assessment. Assessment. What are the differentiations? Multiple choice question for average and slow learners. Tricky and open-ended short questions for gifted students, that are bright students. So next one, main thing, session 1, to gain attention, what we have to do, just there is a duration I given for 3 minutes. So we have to start with the small prayer, one stanza of the prayer which we already practice in our school. Hey Sardema. So that just for 1 minute or that we have to go through. After that, I have to give a note to all of you that after this activity, introduce or recap the Zoom classroom norms, where you don't have to unmute your mic, on your video till it is not said to be open, or if you have any question, raise hand, pictures हैं उसमें से that you have to follow the norms. So just can we start with the prayer, all of you? Yes, Ardema, continue, start. Everyone unmute your mics, on your video, वीडियो ऑन करिए अपना सब. Start. I'm seeing who is opening or not. Unmute your mic and on your video, everyone. Maleka, Neha, unmute. On your videos. Yeah, on your video. Abhishek on. Video on. Akansa, video. Abhishek, video. I want your video on. Ikra, on your video. Abhishek, Anju, Chirag, Gayatri, Neha. Okay, start. Just one stanza, one paragraph of that. Start. Who will lead? Hey Sardema prayer. Just one paragraph of that. Fast. Start.
कौन सा प्रेयर?
हे सारदेमा जो स्कूल में गाते हैं हम लोग, जस्ट उसकी एक पैराग्राफ. स्टार्ट. जल्दी, फास्ट. स्टार्ट. Our voice is not coming. Your voice. Everyone have to start. जैसे स्कूल में गाते हो वैसे जस्ट वन पैराग्राफ उसका. स्टार्ट प्लीज. From tomorrow onwards we will practice this. So जितनों को भी नहीं आती है, go through that. प्रैक्टिस करनी है हमें ये. ओके आप लोगों को सबको गाना है स्टार्टिंग में. जस्ट एक प्रेयर, कोई भी स्टार्टिंग में कोई भी मंत्र हो या प्रेयर हो, जस्ट वी हैव टू स्टार्ट विद दैट फ्रॉम टुमारो ऑनवर्ड्स. ओके कल से हम स्टार्ट करेंगे इस प्रैक्टिस को. इन एवरी लेसन प्लान इट विल बी देयर टू गेन अटेंशन, हुक करके ये दिया होगा हमेशा. So be ready for that. Everyone have to open your videos and you have to do. So next thing, that is duration of 5 minutes. Again, inform learners about the objectives. What are the objectives of this lesson today we are going to do? So knowledge इसमें है. Students will be able to learn. What will they able to learn? First, fundamentals of power sharing. What are the fundamentals of power sharing? You are going to know about that. Decentralization. Third, accommodations of regional diversity. Fourth, differentiate between division of power and distribution of powers. That you will come to know about this. Prerequisite knowledge of this chapter. ये start करने से पहले उसकी आपका टीचर क्या क्या चाहता है कि बच्चे को क्या क्या आना चाहिए. Prior knowledge पहले से होनी चाहिए from the last chapter. So this lesson requires basic knowledge of division. किस तरह से डिवाइड करते हैं, डिस्ट्रीब्यूट किस तरह से किया जाता है, शेयर क्यों किया जाता है, किस तरह से किया जाता है. जस्ट बेसिक नॉलेज, क्योंकि ये चैप्टर ही उसके ऊपर है. फेडरलिज्म, डिवीजन ऑफ पावर्स, शेयरिंग ऑफ पावर्स, इट इज बेस्ड ऑन that. So basic knowledge of division, distribution and sharing must be necessary for that. Second, knowledge of basic ideas of equality and accommodation. Basic ideas of equality, we have to know about that. Third, knowledge about the independent and impartial judiciary. Judiciary system, already we know what is judiciary. in class 8th it was there, in class 9th it was there. Can anyone tell what is judiciary? Judicial system of India.
The system of India which gives justice to
Yes,
all.
justice to all the people.
The
Justice,
judiciary is the system.
justice to all the peoples of India, to clear disputes, to solve the disputes between government and states, between the people and people, between the people and the government. That is the work done by the judiciary to solve the disputes. Main thing we can say, disputes होता है जो मतभेद होते हैं दो लोगों के बीच में, दो सरकारों के बीच में, लोगों के और गवर्नमेंट के बीच में, वेरियस वेज उन डिस्प्यूट्स को सोल्व करने का काम जुडिशरी के द्वारा किया जाता है. सो इट शुड बी इम्पार्शियल. कभी भी पार्शियलिटी नहीं होना चाहिए, इम्पार्शियल होना चाहिए. किसी के दबाव में जुडिशरी काम नहीं करनी चाहिए. देन ओनली किसी को भी जस्टिस मिल सकेगा. इफ इट इज इम्पार्शियल, पार्शियलिटी कर रही है तो नो जस्टिस इज गिवन बाय देम. सो नेक्स्ट फिफ्थ, प्रेजेंट द कंटेंट. जो मेन है हमारा टुडे, दैट विल बी 15 to 20 minutes. ऑलरेडी 10 minutes गए. So this will be the mind map I will share with you today. उसमें से हम ये करेंगे सारी चीजें. Last learning guidance. Individual activity given to the students to solve their activity in their activity notebook for their internal assessment. Already I have shared with you yesterday that activity. To identify each features, क्या था topic? To identify each features and write under the headings as federal and non-federal government. This was the topic. In that you have to write. All instructions related to this activity will be shared with the students in PDF format that already I have shared with you. Next, some questions will be there from the class. पहले से बता रहा हूँ, go through that. If it is there, I will ask that. What is federalism? What is power sharing? What is local self-government? What is meant by divisions of power? What is meant by Panchayati Raj? This will be there in today's class. So this is the lesson plan format. जो आज सुबह सुबह बनाया मैंने, थोड़ा टाइम लगा, near about 45 minutes it took to prepare. छोटा सा है. Okay, we are starting with our chapter, that is federalism. Can anyone tell what is federalism?
Federalism is a system of government in which the power is divided between a central authority and various constituent units of the country.
Yes, simple thing. The power is divided within different stages of government. यानी अले एक ही किसी एक institution के पास पूरे powers नहीं है. It is divided into various institutions. So a country like India, it is divided into three tier government हमारी काम करती है. What are the three tiers? That is central government. Second one is state government. Third one
Local
is
self-government.
local self-government.
Local self.
That is Panchayati Raj. We can say that is Panchayats जो गांव का वो करती है. So we are starting with that. What is federalism? Federalism is a system of government in which the power is divided between central authority and various constituent units of the country. Usually, a federation has two levels of government. That in yesterday's video we have seen that Belgium हो गया, United States हो गया, and this type of countries have that two levels of government. One is central, second one is state, and powers are equally divided into them. वहाँ पे क्या है? Powers are equally divided. In India is also a federal country, but full federal country नहीं है. Central government के पास powers ज़्यादा है compared to state government. Equally, it is not divided. But here, in the countries like Belgium, in the countries like United States, power are equally divided between the states and the central government. Second one is the government for the entire country, that is central government. that is usually responsible for a few subjects of common national interest. Countries like United States and Belgium इसके example हैं. One government for the entire country. In India it is also there, but compared to states, central government have much powers in our country. The others are government at the level of provinces or states that look after much of the day-to-day administrating of their states. जितने भी स्टेट्स की जितने भी लोगों की वहाँ की जरूरत है उस स्टेट के लोगों की जरूरत है किस तरह से उसका एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन संभालना है, that all things comes under the responsibility of the state government. Both these levels of government enjoy their powers independent of the other. दोनों के पावर इंडिपेंडेंट, दे हैव इंडिपेंडेंट पावर्स, दोनों किसी भी एक दूसरे के पावर्स में इंटरफेयर नहीं करते हैं. They do not interfere in each other's power. Second one is federal versus unitary government. Unitary government, anyone? Yes, Ikra. Ikra?
Sir, unitary government means it is only one type of government.
Only one type of government, single government is there, central government is there, maybe दूसरी government हो सकती है, state government हो सकती है, but they do not have the power, they do not have access power. सिर्फ power किसके पास होते हैं? That is on the central government, that is unitary. Federal government, stage of governments are there and powers are equally divided. Federal government, this can be a differentiation also. Differentiate between federal government and unitary government. You can write from that this also. There are usually two or in some countries more than two levels of government who execute their authority independent of each other. It is clear. Second, in a federal system, the central government cannot order the state government to do something. Jabardasti, they can instruct the state government. Central government can instruct the state government, but it cannot force it to do something. या किसी की भी तरह का कोई order उसको दे नहीं सकते. Just instructions दे सकते हैं कि that you have to follow. Third, state government have power of its own for which it is not answerable to the central government. In countries like India, these powers to the state, they have very less power, but they are answerable to the central government. But countries like Belgium and United States, the state governments are not answerable to the central government. Both these governments are separately answerable to the people. The most important thing of federalism, both these governments are separately answerable to the people. See, in current situation of corona, दोनों central government notification is also there and state government's notification is also there. Both we have to follow the notifications. Central government in lockdown 5, in the current situation in lockdown 5, that is unlock 1 situation, central government had given some types of some restrictions are also there and छूट भी दे दी गई है, बहुत सारी छूट दी गई है, but also instructed by the central government that some of the state governments can give their own directions. So उनकी जो guidelines है, they can follow their guidelines, but they have to inform the people. So यहाँ पे आता है दोनों, both these government are separately answerable to the people. For another example, near about 75,000 cases are there in Maharashtra coronavirus ke. So both central and state government are answerable to the people of Maharashtra. Why so much in large amount of peoples are there, usko वहाँ पे medical facilities, health facilities, that they have to give the answer to the peoples. Unitary government, under the unitary system, either there is only one level of government or the sub units or subordinate to the central government. या तो सिर्फ एक ही लेवल ऑफ गवर्नमेंट है या उसके साथ साथ दूसरे छोटे छोटे लेवल्स हैं, बट दे आर आंसरेबल टू द सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट. The central government can pass on orders to the provisional or local government. They have to follow all the guidelines, all the rules and regulations, all the laws which are passed by the central government. They cannot argue on that laws. वो किसी भी तरह से laws पे argue नहीं कर सकते. That is in the unitary form of government. Sri Lanka is an example of unitary form of government. Pakistan is also an example of unitary form of government. Features of federalism. Who will read? Abhishek.
Yes, sir.
Read. Features of federalism.
There are two or more levels or tiers of governments. Second, different tiers of governments govern the same citizens, but each tier has its own jurisdiction.
Hmm.
Sir, what is this?
Jurisdiction.
Jurisdiction in specific matters of legislation, taxation, and administration. Third, the
jurisdiction of the respective levels.
The jurisdiction of respective levels or tiers of government are specified in the Constitution. So, the existence and authority of each tier of government is constitutionally guaranteed.
Explain, please. Can you explain? Or wait a moment.
There
There's a video on that. See that video. After that, you can explain this. Okay. Just I'm sharing the video with you. Just a second. See. After that.
Federalism. So in this chapter, we will study about the federal system of power sharing, in which the power is divided between two or more levels of government. In India, we are having federal system of government, in which power is divided between central government and power is divided between state government. So we will study about the different levels of power sharing in this chapter. So in the first chapter, we have seen how power is divided vertically. Like there are three levels of government: central government, state government, and local government. So in this chapter, we are going to study about this distribution of power. So let us begin with the chapter. So here we can see how state government and national government, both the governments are coming together and they are working together and for the development of the country. So this is cooperative federalism. So cooperative federalism where state government and central government are coming together and they are working for the development of the country. State government is having some separate powers and central government is having some separate powers. If they are working together, so central government, which is more powerful as compared to state government, should allow the state government to work properly. They should give some powers to the state government. If they are getting some powers, then only state government will work independently. And if both the organs or both the levels of government are working properly, then ultimately it will lead to the development of the country. See, there are two systems of government. First is unitary system and second is federal system. Let us see what is the meaning of unitary system. In the unitary system, either there is only one level of government or the sub-units are subordinate to the central government. So there is only one level of government, which means that in the entire country there is only one government. Like in case of China. In China, entire country is having only one government, that is central government. But there are other cases like where there are state government, there are subordinate units, subunits or subordinate units, but that units are subordinate to the central, so that which means that the state government are not having the equal status like the central government. The central government is having more power than the state government, and state government are not having independent power. Whenever the central government thinks that state government is not working properly, then they can dismiss that state government. That kind of system is called as unitary system. First is either there is only one level of government, that is central government, or the subunits are subordinate to the central government, or the subunits are subordinate to the central government. Central government is more powerful than the state government. State government means subunits. Then what is the meaning of federal system? The federal system, we are having two or more levels of government. So two or more levels. First union government and then state government. So the central government cannot order the state government to do something. There are some different powers for state government. Central government cannot interfere in that power. They cannot order the state government to do something. In India, we are having three levels of government, but in many countries in the world, there are only two levels of government. State government has power of its own, for which it is not answerable to the central government. So state government is having some specific power. It is not answerable to the central government. State government can work according to the powers that are given to it, and central government has to work according to the powers that are given to the central government. Both of them are independent, and the state government is not answerable to the central government. State government is not answerable to the central government. In India, we are having three levels of government. We are having central government, state government, and local bodies government like municipalities, panchayat, Jilla Parishad, panchayat, etc. If you take example of first chapter, or if you recall the first chapter, Constitution of Belgium reduced the power of the central government and give this power to the regional government. So in Belgium, we have seen in Belgium there was only one level of government, that was central government. There were state government, but that state governments were not having the freedom to work. But after the constitution amendments were done, after the four amendments of the constitution were done, then regional government or state government were also given equal status. They were not subordinate to the central government. So they were given the power to the regional government. The regional government existed in Belgium even earlier. They had their own roles and power, but all these powers were given to the government and could be withdrawn by the central government. So earlier also central government was there and state government was there, but state government was not independent. If the central government thought that state government is not working properly or they are not following the central government's decision, then central government can withdraw the powers of state government. The powers were given to the government and could be withdrawn by the central government. The change took place in 1993 was that the regional governments were given constitutional powers, no longer dependent on the central government. So after 1993, the regional government or the state governments were given power. They are not dependent on the central government. So they are independent on central government. They can work according to the powers that are given to them. Earlier there were central government and state government, but state governments were not free to work. They were always forced by the central government to work according to their wish. जैसे सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट बोलेगा वैसे ही डिसीजन लेना पड़ेगा. अगर सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट को डिसीजन पसंद नहीं आया स्टेट गवर्नमेंट का, तो स्टेट गवर्नमेंट को डिसमिस भी कर सकता है. लेकिन 1993 के बाद स्टेट गवर्नमेंट और सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट को अलग अलग पावर्स दिए गए. सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट अगर सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट फोर्स नहीं कर सकता स्टेट गवर्नमेंट को कि जैसे उनको काम चाहिए वैसे ही काम करे. स्टेट गवर्नमेंट अपने जो पावर है उस हिसाब से काम कर सकता है और उसे इंडिपेंडेंस दिया गया. दिस वाज द चेंजेस दैट वर डन in Belgium. So initially Belgium was unitary system. Now Belgium has become federal system of government. Thus Belgium shifted from unitary to a federal form of government. In Sri Lanka continues to be all practical purpose a unitary system, because in Sri Lanka only the national government, Sinhalese majority government or Sinhalese speaking people, government led by the Sinhalese speaking people, is having the ultimate power. There are no state government like people of Tamil speaking people who are living in north and east of the country were demanding for separate government, regional government, but that demand was not fulfilled by the Sinhalese government at the center. So Sri Lanka is the example of unitary system of government, and Belgium is the example of federal system of government. Tamil leaders want Sri Lanka to become a federal system, but that was not accepted by the Sri Lankan government. Federalism is a system of government in which the power is divided between the central authority, central government, and various constituent units of the country. So federalism is a system of government in which power is divided between central authority. So central authority का जो power है वो divide कर देते हैं, और ये जो power division होने के बाद ये state government को मिलता है. And the various constituent units of the country. Constituent units are state. So this is the definition of federalism. Usually the federation has two levels of government. One is the government for the entire country, that is usually responsible for few subjects of common national interest. So there is one central government that is responsible for the common national interest. National interest के लिए जो भी issues है, जैसे railways है, defense है, trade relations करना है हमें दूसरे countries के साथ, तो ये जो इश्यूज है ये पूरे कंट्री में एक जैसे होना चाहिए। जैसे डिफेंस सिस्टम है हमारा, जैसे इंडिया और पाकिस्तान का क्या रिलेशन होना चाहिए, ये सभी कंट्री में एक ही जैसा पॉलिसी होना चाहिए। तो ये पॉलिसी का डिसीजन लेगा सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट। So there are few subjects of common national interest that are under the control of central government. The other are government at the levels of provinces or states that look after day-to-day life administration of the state. तो state का जो day-to-day administration है, जैसे state में agriculture कैसे करना है या फिर पुलिस सिस्टम कैसे होना चाहिए, ये सब day-to-day life का issues है state का। ये जो issues पे decision ले सकता है state government. So they have differentiated the powers of central government and state government. Both the levels of government enjoy the power independent of others. So both of them are having different powers. सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट का जो पावर है उसमें स्टेट गवर्नमेंट डिसीजन नहीं ले सकता है, स्टेट गवर्नमेंट का जो पावर है उसमें सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट डिसीजन नहीं ले सकता, सो डिसीजन नहीं ले सकता है। सो गवर्नमेंट एंजॉय द पावर independent of other. In federal system, the central government cannot order the state government to do something. So a central government cannot order the state government to do something, but in unitary government, central government can order the state government to do something. State government has power of its own for which it is not answerable to the central government. So state government is having power of its own for which it is not answerable to the central government. Both these governments are separately answerable to the people. So they are separately answerable to the people. So there are people who are living in state. So state में जो लोग रहते हैं वो state government से state government उनके लिए काम करेगा, और same जो लोग पूरे इंडिया में रहते हैं उनके लिए यूनियन गवर्नमेंट काम करेगा या सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट काम करेगा।
Again, in this, there is a people for different states. Ultimately, we are Indians. We all have, we live in India. But in India also, different states are there. Simply on the basis of state government का क्या काम होता है? In that state, the health issues, health के ऊपर जितना भी जो भी actions लेने हैं या जो भी steps लेने हैं, that will be taken by the state government. Education, that steps are taken by the government. Infrastructure, that steps are taken by the government. Linguistic basis, भाषा के आधार पर उसको different, for example, गुजरात बोर्ड है, mainly focuses गुजराती peoples हैं वो गुजराती language के ऊपर focus करेंगे, तमिलियन peoples हैं वो तमिल के ऊपर अलग, महाराष्ट्रियंस मराठा, ये सारी languages हैं, local languages हो गई, for that state government is working, वहाँ के schools हैं. But central government CBSE, they will not focus on the state languages, they will focus on the central, पूरे भारत में कॉमन क्या हो सकता है उसके लिए वो काम करेंगे. फॉर एग्जाम्पल, अगेंस्ट डिफेंस सिस्टम, किसी भी कंट्री के साथ कोई भी मतभेद होता है, दूसरी चीजें होती है, दैट ऑल द डिसीजंस आर टेकन बाय द सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट. ऐसा नहीं है पाकिस्तान जम्मू एंड कश्मीर से लेके गुजरात तक आता है, उसके बीच में बहुत सारे स्टेट आ गए, जम्मू कश्मीर आ गया, पंजाब आ गया, राजस्थान आ गया, गुजरात आ गया. अगर पाकिस्तान के साथ कोई मतभेद होता है हमारा, तो ऐसा नहीं होगा कि राजस्थान में लड़ाई करे तो राजस्थान गवर्नमेंट देखेगी, गुजरात में लड़ाई और वो कर रहे हैं तो गुजरात गवर्नमेंट देखेगी. सो इट विल बी वेरी डिफिकल्ट. सो दिस काइंड ऑफ इश्यूज आर इन द हैंड ऑफ द सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट, विच पूरे कंट्री का जो इंटरेस्ट है दैट आर इन द हैंड ऑफ सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट. एंड स्टेट एडमिनिस्ट्रेटिव, स्टेट का जो एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन करना है दैट आर इन द हैंड ऑफ स्टेट गवर्नमेंट. फॉर एग्जाम्पल पुलिस, डिफरेंट स्टेट हैव डिफरेंट अलग अलग पुलिस डिपार्टमेंट्स होते हैं उनके. गुजरात पुलिस है, फिर हरियाणा की हरियाणा पुलिस है, राजस्थान की राजस्थान पुलिस है. सो दे हैव डिफरेंट, देयर लॉज आर डिफरेंट. कुछ कानून है जो उनके आधार पर उनके कानून भी अलग अलग है, दे आर फॉलोइंग डिफरेंट लॉज. बट फॉर सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट, सेंट्रल रिजर्व पुलिस फोर्स, दैट इज सीआरपी हो गया, सीआईएसएफ हो गया, आर्मी हो गई, एयरफोर्स हो गई, नेवी हो गई, क्या काम कर रही है? फुल कंट्री, जो अगर कहीं पे भी किसी भी एरिया में, देश के किसी भी एरिया में अगर कोई कुछ ऐसी एक्टिविटीज होती है जिसको कंट्रोल करना है, इफ ऐसी एक्टिविटीज है, इंटरनल एक्टिविटीज है, तो वहां पे सीआरपीएफ आएगी, दैट इज सेंट्रल रिजर्व पुलिस फोर्स, वो उसको हैंडल करेगी. अगर इंटरनेशनल कुछ भी होता है तो उसके लिए मिलिट्री फोर्सेस हैं, दैट आर आर्मी, एयरफोर्स एंड नेवी, वो उसके ऊपर ध्यान देंगे. सो दैट इज द सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट. नेशनल इश्यू एंड स्टेट इश्यू आर डिफरेंट.
सो पीपल आर सेपरेटली आंसरेबल टू द पीपल। जैसे इंडिया का जो डिफेंस सिस्टम है, डिफेंस सिस्टम का पॉलिसी बनाएगा सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट। तो जो लोगों को डिफेंस सिस्टम की पॉलिसी पसंद नहीं है वो लोग गवर्नमेंट को क्वेश्चन करेंगे, और ये किसे क्वेश्चन करेंगे? सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट को क्वेश्चन करेंगे, और सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट उनको आंसरेबल है। लेकिन जो स्टेट का जो लोकल लेवल का इश्यूज है वो इश्यूज के ऊपर डिसीजन लेगा स्टेट गवर्नमेंट, और अगर लोगों को इश्यूज पसंद नहीं आया तो लोग स्टेट गवर्नमेंट को क्वेश्चन करेंगे, एंड बोथ द लेवल्स ऑफ गवर्नमेंट आर आंसरेबल टू द पीपल।
अगर इस सिचुएशन में अगर करंट सिचुएशन का एग्जांपल लेते हैं तो कई बार आपने वीडियोस देखे होंगे कि विद इन द स्टेट्स, कई स्टेट्स में ऐसे वीडियो देखे होंगे लॉकडाउन के टाइम पर पुलिस बहुत ज्यादा क्या होती है, हार्श हो गई थी, लोगों को मारने के वीडियोस आ रहे थे सामने, ऐसे सारी चीजें। फॉर दैट वी कैन नॉट क्वेश्चन सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट बिकॉज पुलिस इज अंडर द हैंड ऑफ स्टेट गवर्नमेंट। तो अगर उससे रिलेटेड कोई भी क्वेश्चंस है तो फॉर विच गवर्नमेंट वी हैव टू आस्क दैट क्वेश्चंस, वी हैव टू आस्क टू द स्टेट गवर्नमेंट बिकॉज दैट एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन इज इन द हैंड ऑफ सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट। हाँ, अगर उसकी जगह स्टेट पुलिस की जगह अगर वहां पे सेंट्रल रिजर्व पुलिस फोर्स होती, सीआरपीएफ होती या आर्मी होती या कुछ भी होती, दैट इन दैट केस वी आर आंसरेबल टू questionable to central government. We can ask our question to central government. For example, Jammu and Kashmir we can take. जम्मू एंड कश्मीर में अगर कोई भी मिलिटेंट एक्टिविटीज अभी बहुत सारी चल रही हैं, रेगुलरली आपको देखते होंगे एक दो एनकाउंटर्स होते रहते हैं, ये सारी चीजें, वहां की स्टेट पुलिस, सेंट्रल रिजर्व पुलिस फोर्स, सीआरपीएफ होता है एंड आर्मी होती है। सो इन ऑल द केसेस दैट वहाँ जम्मू एंड कश्मीर में अगर कुछ भी एक्टिविटी होती है तो वी आर क्वेश्चनेबल टू विच गवर्नमेंट, दैट इज सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट, बिकॉज मोस्टली वहाँ पे आर्मी एंड सीआरपीएफ आर इन्वॉल्व इन द एक्शन, वही है। सो अगर पुलिस, लोकल पुलिस वहाँ की होती है देन इट इज आंसर क्वेश्चनेबल टू द स्टेट गवर्नमेंट। सेंट्रल पुलिस फोर्स एंड आर्मी इज देयर, देन वी आर क्वेश्चनेबल टू the central government.
We will see what are the features of federalism. This is the important question, and this has been many times asked in the exam also. So there are two or more levels of government. First feature is there are two or more levels of government, or two or more tiers of government, like state government, central government. In the uppermost level we are having central government, then state government, and in India we are having third tier, that is local government. Different tiers of government govern the same citizens. See, if we are living in Uttar Pradesh, and Uttar Pradesh, people who are living in Uttar Pradesh are also citizens of India, but the state government of Uttar Pradesh will only work for the people who are living in Uttar Pradesh, but Indian government or the union government will work for the people in Uttar Pradesh also, Gujarat also, Maharashtra also, Tamil Nadu also, Kerala also, and all other parts of the country. So both the levels of government or different tiers of government govern the same citizen. Like people in Uttar Pradesh are governed by the government of Uttar Pradesh, and people in Uttar Pradesh are also governed by the government of India. जो citizen रहते हैं उस country में, वो लोग, उनके ऊपर स्टेट गवर्नमेंट भी रूल करेगा और सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट भी रूल करेगा। तो सेम सिटीजन के ऊपर दोनों लेवल का गवर्नमेंट रूल करेगा, एंड दे हैव देयर ओन जुरिडिक्शन। जैसे जुरिडिक्शन होता है कि एक बाउंड्री दिया है कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन ने कि सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट सिर्फ इन इश्यूज में डिसीजन लेगा, जो स्टेट लिस्ट में जो इश्यूज है उनके ऊपर ही स्टेट गवर्नमेंट इश्यूज लेगा, डिसीजन लेगा, और सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट कुछ अलग इश्यूज में डिसीजन लेगा। ये दोनों के जो सब्जेक्ट्स है ये अलग अलग है, इश्यूज है अलग अलग है, तो इनका जुरिडिक्शन फिक्स किया गया है, एक दूसरे के जुरिडिक्शन को क्रॉस नहीं कर सकते। So in specific matters of taxation, legislation and administration. So legislation मतलब कौन सा लॉज बनाना है, स्टेट के लिए लॉ बनाएगा स्टेट गवर्नमेंट, पूरे इंडिया के लिए लॉ बनाएगा यूनियन गवर्नमेंट और फेडरल गवर्नमेंट और सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट। एंड टैक्सेशन, टैक्स कलेक्ट करते हैं, जैसे स्टेट गवर्नमेंट के लिए कुछ अलग टैक्स होते हैं, सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट के लिए कुछ अलग टैक्स होते हैं। जैसे इनकम टैक्स कलेक्ट करता है सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट, जैसे पहले जीएसटी था, स्टेट सेल्स टैक्स था जीएसटी के पहले, ये सेल्स टैक्स कलेक्ट करता था स्टेट गवर्नमेंट। ये अलग अलग टैक्स का कलेक्शन भी अलग अलग होता है। एंड एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन, स्टेट गवर्नमेंट विल एडमिनिस्टर द स्टेट एंड सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट विल एडमिनिस्टर द एंटायर कंट्री। The jurisdiction of the respective levels of tiers of government is specified in the constitution. So constitution में clearly mention किया गया है कि स्टेट गवर्नमेंट का क्या पावर है और सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट का क्या पावर है। तो स्टेट गवर्नमेंट को पावर दिया गया है और सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट को भी पावर दिया गया है। और दोनों को ये पावर जो दिया गया है वही पावर को फॉलो करना पड़ता है, यूज करना पड़ता है। अगर एक दूसरे के पावर को सप्रेस करते हैं या एक दूसरे के पावर ले लेते, छीन लेते, तो ये कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन के खिलाफ है और उस गवर्नमेंट के ऊपर वो गवर्नमेंट ऐसे नहीं कर सकता, बिकॉज द पावर्स आर गिवन इन द कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन ऑफ इंडिया. So the existence and authority of each tier of government is constitutionally guaranteed. So constitution is guaranteeing the power of state government and central government. The fundamental provisions of the constitution cannot be changed unilaterally by one level of government. So there are fundamental provisions of our constitution, like the federal system of government. So like in India, we are having federal system of government. We are having central government. We are having state government. So this is the federal system. This is the basic system of our constitution. ये जो बेसिक सिस्टम है हमारे कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन का, ये कोई चेंज नहीं कर सकता है, या फिर एक लेवल ऑफ गवर्नमेंट नहीं चेंज कर सकता है. ये अगर हमें चेंज करना है तो सभी स्टेट से भी हमें परमिशन लेना पड़ेगा. सो इन इंडिया वी आर हैविंग 29 states. So more than 50% states, like 15 states should give permission. Then only the fundamental provisions of the constitution will be changed. So such changes require the consent or approval of both the levels of the government. The courts have the power to interpret the constitution, or courts have the power to check the constitution. If suppose central government or state government are making some laws and the laws are against the constitution, then
1 minute. I'm sharing that PDF with you. Again, small discussion on that. After we'll continue with the video. Features of federalism. There are 2 or more levels of government. That is understandable. हमारे इंडिया में भी more than 2 levels of government are there. That are 3 levels: central, state, and local government. Different types of government govern the same citizens. It is clear. State government is also governing the same citizens. Central government is governing the same citizens, as well as local government, that is panchayats, or we are living in villages, uski panchayat hai ya nagar palika hai, nagar parishad hai, that are also governing the same citizens. So citizens वहाँ पे अलग अलग नहीं होंगे. We are living in a state, we are living in a village. वहाँ की local government उसमें हम स्टेट में रह रहे हैं. we are the citizens of that state, as well we are the citizens of the country. So हमें वो different tiers of government हमें govern करती है, but each tier has its own jurisdiction in specific matter of legislation, taxation and administration. Jurisdiction उसका जो है area है, that is limited. कोई भी गवर्नमेंट अपने उस एरिया से बाहर आके हमें कंट्रोल नहीं कर सकता. उनका एक लिमिटेशंस है. अंडर दैट लिमिटेशंस ओनली दे विल वर्क. फॉर एग्जांपल टैक्सेशन जैसे उसमें वीडियो में भी बताया, बिफोर जीएसटी देयर इज सेल्स टैक्स और डिफरेंट काइंड ऑफ टैक्सेस आर देयर, बट दैट वाज अ वेरी कॉम्प्लेक्स सिस्टम ऑफ टैक्सेशन. सिंपल जीएसटी जब आ गया, उसमें भी अगर हम जाते हैं तो इट इज वेरी क्लियरली रिटन दैट इज सीजीएसटी एंड एसजीएसटी होता है. एक सेंट्रल सीजीएसटी सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट स्टेट, सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट का जो है जीएसटी होता है, एंड एसजीएसटी दैट इज स्टेट गवर्नमेंट का जो टैक्स होता है, दैट इज डिफरेंट. इफ क्राइटेरियाज हैं जीएसटी के, हमें पता है, दैट इज मिनिमम 2%, 2%, 5%, 8%, 12 and maximum is 18% now. So अगर 2% है तो 1% दोनों का होगा. 1% is state and 1% is central government. वैसे ही अगर 5% है, 2.5 of central government, 2.5 of state government. दोनों state and central government have different taxations. हमें ऐसा नहीं है. central जो टैक्स दे रहे हैं, taxes are of 2 types, that is one is direct tax and another one is indirect tax. Direct tax is taken by the central government. Simple cheez, direct tax, which is directly we are paying, that is income tax. Income tax हम सीधा पे कर रहे हैं, और वो कौन collect कर रहा है? That is collected by the central government. Indirect taxes, the products which we purchase, which we use in our day-to-day life, चाहे वो छोटे से सुई से लेके बड़े से बड़ी चीज हो, उनके ऊपर जो हम टैक्सेस पे करते हैं, दैट आर डिवाइडेड बिटवीन द स्टेट एंड द सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट. और वो स्टेट अपने हिसाब से इंक्रीज कर सकता है, डिक्रीज कर सकता है। रिसेंटली आई वांट टू गिव एन एग्जांपल, दिल्ली का आपने न्यूज देखा होगा, नियर अबाउट 10 to 15 days prior पेट्रोल एंड डीजल के ऊपर उसने रेट इंक्रीज किए थे, 7 rupees and 10 rupees, डीजल 10 rupees महंगा हो गया, 7 rupees पेट्रोल महंगा हो गया। सो इट इज, तो उसने क्या किया, स्टेट के टैक्सेस जो हैं दैट इज इंक्रीज। इफ सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट इंक्रीज द टैक्सेस, सो क्या होता, पूरे कंट्री में रेट चेंज हो जाते। बट वहां पे दिल्ली गवर्नमेंट ने चेंज किए थे, स्टेट टैक्स में चेंजेस किया था, उसके कारण वहां के इंक्रीज हुए। और इसी में पेट्रोलियम एंड डीजल में हमें वी नो दैट डिफरेंट स्टेट, अगर हम दूसरे स्टेट में जाते हैं तो उसका पेट्रोल एंड डीजल का रेट अलग होता है, किसी और स्टेट में गए उसका अलग अलग होता है। दिस इज द वेरिएशन इन द स्टेट टैक्सेस। उनका स्टेट का जो टैक्सेस है, रेशियो है, वो अलग अलग है। अगेन taxes are put near about 50%, 75% taxes on liquor। जैसे ये अभी यहाँ पे लिकर शॉप्स ओपन की गई थी, उसमें कोरोना सेस लगा के 70% इंक्रीज कर दिया कई स्टेट ने, किसी स्टेट ने 50% इंक्रीज किया। तो गेन क्या, किस लिए इंक्रीज किया, जिससे कि लोग उसको खरीद रहे हैं, लिकर लेने जा रहे हैं, दैट इज परमिसेबल। उन स्टेट में परमिशन दी गई है। गुजरात, इट इज अ ड्राई एरिया, यहाँ पर छूट नहीं है कि वी कैन नॉट परचेज द लिकर फ्रॉम द शॉप्स। ऐसी कोई भी शॉप्स नहीं है कि जहाँ पे हम डायरेक्टली जाके लिकर परचेज कर सके। बट डिफरेंट स्टेट्स वहाँ पे परमिशन है। उनके ऊपर टैक्सेस इंक्रीज कर दिए। किस लिए इंक्रीज किए, जिससे गवर्नमेंट की इनकम हो सके। सो टैक्सेशन, एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन एंड लेजिस्लेशन, ये अलग अलग स्टेट्स अलग अलग अपने तौर पर भी वो कर सकते हैं, एज वेल एज वी हैव टू फॉलो द सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट लेजिस्लेशन ऑल्सो, टैक्सेशन ऑल्सो एंड एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन ऑल्सो। लेजिस्लेशन, जो भी रूल्स एंड रेगुलेशंस, नए नए कानून बनाने, दैट इज लेजिस्लेशन। टैक्सेशन, टैक्सेस वी पे। एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन, किस तरह के कानून व्यवस्था वहां पे हमें फॉलो करनी है, क्या क्या रूल्स एंड रेगुलेशंस हमें फॉलो करने हैं, दैट इज द एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन पर्पस। वो सारे स्टेट के अलग होते हैं, सेंट्रल के अलग होते हैं, बट एज अ सिटीजन ऑफ इंडिया वी हैव टू फॉलो ऑल द legislation, taxation and administration of both the state, of both the levels of government. The jurisdiction of respective levels or tiers of government are specified in the constitution. हमारा कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन हमें पता है, both the level of government have to follow the constitution. अल्टीमेटली कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन हमारा बहुत बड़ा है, कोई भी गवर्नमेंट को इतने एक्सेस पावर्स नहीं दिए गए, पावर्स आर इक्वली डिवाइडेड। पहले भी 9th क्लास में भी हमने पढ़ा हुआ था कि अगर गवर्नमेंट को कुछ भी रूल्स एंड रेगुलेशंस चेंज करने थे, तो हैव टू ब्रिंग इट इनटू द पार्लियामेंट। Parliament have two houses, that is upper house and lower house. If it is passes in the parliament, then only it is implemented. Otherwise, it will not be implemented. Apart from that, both houses, lower house, upper house, and president. Signing के बाद में, president के signing के बाद में, we have 28 states. अभी कितने हैं हमारे पास? 28 states and 9 union territories are there. Previously 29 states and 7 union territories was there. 9th में हमने डिस्कस किया था उसके ऊपर बहुत सा। 5th अगस्त एंड 31 अक्टूबर को वो अलग अलग हुए थे जम्मू एंड कश्मीर। सो 28 स्टेट्स का आधा कितना होता है? 14 से एक ऊपर यानी 15 स्टेट्स। जैसे जीएसटी लागू किया गया था, जीएसटी को सारे स्टेट सेंट्रल उसमें लोकसभा एंड राज्यसभा दोनों में पास करवा दिया गया। Even the president has also signed, but वो law कब बनेगा? When more than half of the states will ready to implement that. जैसे ही 15 states ने उसको imply किया, वो rule बन जाएगा and all the states उसको follow करना पड़ेगा. So that is the another procedure. So the existence of authority of each tier of government is constitutionally guaranteed. Constitutionally guaranteed इसीलिए कि सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट चाहे कितनी भी पावरफुल क्यों ना हो, बट वो किसी भी चीजों में, किसी भी जो रेगुलेशंस हैं, जो अथॉरिटीज हैं, जो पावर्स हैं, वो उनको छीन नहीं सकती टिल देन इट इज पास फ्रॉम द पार्लियामेंट। तब तक वो पार्लियामेंट से पास नहीं होगा। सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट के पास इतने पावर्स नहीं है कि वो चेंज कर सके। सो दिस इज फॉर टुडे। We will continue with that tomorrow in our tomorrow's class. Today I'm going to share another thing with you, that is the mind map of federal structure. Go through that. There are 3 mind maps in this. फेडरलिज्म कैसा है, इंडियन फेडरलिज्म फ्यूचर्स क्या क्या है इसके. सेकंड पंचायती राज, दैट इज लोकल सेल्फ गवर्नमेंट, उसका भी एक बना के दिया हुआ है माइंड मैप. एंड थर्ड वन इज लेजिस्लेटिव पावर्स. That today I'm going to share this. Go through that, and tomorrow we'll continue with our class. Okay. If any doubt, you can ask, you can contact me. I will solve your doubts. So in today's, any doubt is there? Anyone have doubt?
Sir, I have a doubt.
Hmm.
Sir, in yesterday's video which you have shown,
I will show again.
it was told that Jammu and Kashmir. Yes, it was shown that Jammu and Kashmir have special power. So
now it is
does it
taken.
have now also?
Now it is taken.
Or
On 5th August
had been?
2019. On 5th August 2019, the special status is taken away by the state government, from the state government, by central government. Previously it was there. 35A, Article 35A और वो था, ये सारी चीजें that are taken from the state government. Previously it was there. Now it is not there. Now Jammu and Kashmir state को 2 parts में divide कर दिया. That is not a state now. That is union territory. Jammu and Kashmir and Ladakh. Now it is union territory. No special status is from now. That was previous 31st October जब उसका officially 2 में वो convert हो गया किसमें, union territories में. 5th August 2019 इसके लिए वो लोकसभा राज्यसभा में वो लेके आए, पास करवाया. And 31st October was the date 2019 जो कि ये state खत्म होकर it is divided into 2 parts, 2 union territories. So Jammu and Kashmir doesn't have special status now. It is an union territory. It is under the central government. No state government is there. Clear?
Yes.
यूनियन टेरिटरी में सिंपल चीज है, यूनियन टेरिटरी में स्टेट गवर्नमेंट होती ही नहीं है. दैट इज अंडर द सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट. सिंपल थिंग. वहां पे लेफ्टिनेंट गवर्नर होता है एंड वो उसको रूल फॉलो करवाएगा जो भी है. जैसे गुजरात में हो गया दादर एंड नागर हवेली एंड दमन एंड दीव, दैट आर द पार्ट ऑफ स्टेट गवर्नमेंट, स्टेट के पास आते हैं, बट उनका जो एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन है दैट इज हैंडल्ड बाय द सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट. दैट इज यूनियन टेरिटरी. ओके. Any other doubt?
Okay, sir.
Okay, I'm sharing this mind map with you. Go through it, and tomorrow we'll continue with the chapter. Okay, bye.